Hi, in this video I'll be showing how to configure port channel and trunking between Cumulus and Arista switches. This is the setup which I'm going to configure. So all these devices I haven't configured anything, I just made only the connectivities, and we'll be doing the configuration from scratch. So I'll explain the setup first. For Cumulus switches, 𝗖𝑠 is by default the management interface which is connected to my external network, so that I'll be able to SSH to Cumulus switch, and the another two interfaces WP1 and 2 are connected to two VLANs respectively, and there I have connected two PCs, and 3 and 4 is connected to Arista switch. So that's where we are going to configure port channel, and we'll enable trunking between these two switches, and then we'll configure the allowed VLANs and we'll test some scenarios. For our testing, we have another PC connected to Ethernet 3 in Arista switch with IP 20.11. So if you can see here, like these two PCs are in same VLAN. So if configuration is right, they should be able to ping it. So what we'll do, we'll block VLAN 30 traffic to these trunk port, so that only the required VLAN traffic will pass through this. And in the next video, what I'm going to do, I'll configure Cisco switch, and in Cisco switch I'll allow only VLAN 30 traffic, and there we'll have another PC which is having 30.11 IP. I'll configure it as 11, and here we'll have one more PC with 30.10. okay, so the steps which I'm going to follow would be, first I'll configure the management interface and default route for Cumulus switch. Then I'll configure the SVIs for both VLANs. Then I'll create two access ports. Then we'll verify the connectivity between these two PCs. Then we'll configure these two links. Then we'll go to Arista switch and test the connection. Okay, so let's start the configuration. First I'll open the Cumulus switch. First I'll show the configuration to make sure it is empty. The command is net show configuration commands. You can see here we haven't configured any IP addresses for any interfaces. So as I said earlier, 𝗖𝑠 will be the management interface by default for Cumulus, and even you can verify it with etc network / interfaces. You need to give sudo. In the previous video I have explained how to install Cumulus Linux into GNS3. You can go through that video if you have any doubt how to set up this, and I'll be creating another video for how to install Cumulus in emulated virtual environment. So here the setup is running on emulated virtual environment. I'll be creating separate video series for installing all these images like Cumulus, how to install Arista, how to install Cisco. Okay, you can see here we have only one interface now, 𝗖𝑠. So maximum I'll be using the network command utility which is introduced by Cumulus. So we won't be doing any file edit in Cumulus. File edit in the sense, even if you want to configure 𝗖𝑠 IP, you can directly go here and the configure in the Linux way and restart the interface. It will come up, but we'll be using the command line utility, net command line. Okay, so first of all, to configure the IP for 𝗖𝑠, the command will be net add interface can press tab and see the interfaces. So here my Cumulus is having total 10 interfaces, 𝗖𝗍 and SWP9 ports. Okay, so I'll give 𝗖𝗍 tab. You can see the command IP address. The IP what I'm going to give is 192.168.67.223/24. Yeah, so you can check the config net pending. Yeah, it is going to add the IP, you can see here. With that I'm going to add the default route also. The command is net add routing. The command is route, then the prefix 0.0.0.0/0, then the gateway IP 192.168.67.254. So once you give net pending, you can see the commands which it is going to put. Okay, so I'll do a net commit. Okay, let's see whether it is able to reach the gateway. It is able to reach, so I'll try it from my PC. Yes, I'm able to reach it. So I'll assist Cumulus now. So by default SSH will be enabled in Cumulus, and this the username Cumulus is the default username. Okay, so now we'll configure these two ports for VLAN access. So before that, I'll explain the bridge concept in Cumulus. Cumulus is having other than the traditional Linux bridge concept, this is having a concept of single bridge. So any VLAN or any interface or any port channel, they call board here. So any port you configure should be assigned to a single bridge. So I'll be creating that bridge. First, the command would be net add bridge. Yeah, VLAN aware bridge. It is going to be VLAN aware bridge. So the VLAN aware bridge, I have explained it in my previous video. You can watch that. Bridge. This name mandatorily should be the bridge for creating VLAN aware bridge. Then first I'm going to assign these two ports to the bridge. Okay, so SWP1 comma SWP2. Sorry, you have to give ports here. Yeah, this is the command, ports comma the port numbers. So you can check net pending. See, it created a VLAN aware bridge automatically, so you don't have to give this command. And when you give the name as bridge, it detects it as VLAN aware bridge. Okay, so next command would be net add bridge, the native VLAN. So by you can configure. So in my setup, VLAN 1 would be the native VLAN. So pvid 1. Okay, net pending. So you can see here it has added this command. Next would be to add the VLANs to the common bridge. The command is net add bridge. See here, I can see the command widths. So it will ask the number. So we're going to have two VLANs here, 20 and 30. So I'll give 20, 30. Pending. Yeah, the command got added here. So I'm going to commit the config. Net commit. So any other interface or any other bond interface or VLAN IDs, everything you need to map to this particular bridge, so then only it will work. Okay, now we'll create SVI. The command to create SVI is net add VLAN ID 20. You can give IP here. IP address. So I'll give the IP 20.20.20.254. That is going to be the gateway for this PC. So net pending. Just it is not necessary to give net pending, just to verify the config I am giving net pending. So it has created, it has added this many lines. So it has assigned the IP, created VLAN ID, and it is VLAN raw device bridge. Okay, now we'll assign this SWP1 to this VLAN. Okay, for that command is net add interface SWP1. Here the command would be, yeah, it is part of bridge, so bridge, the access, the VLAN ID will give 20. Okay, so net pending. Yeah, it has created as a WP1 port with the access to VLAN 20. So I'll commit. And now we'll configure this PC. Show IP. Don't have any IP, so I'll configure an IP here. IP is 20.20.20.10/24. Gateway is going to be 254. I'll ping to gateway. Yeah, it is pinging. Okay. Similar way, I'm going to configure the VLAN 30 as well. So the command will be net add VLAN here VLAN 30 IP address 30.30. And net add interface SWP2 bridge access 30, net pending. So it has created VLAN 30 SVI and send SWP2 to VLAN 30. Let commit. Yeah, I'll configure this PC as well. Yeah, IP 30.10/24 30.30.30.254 is a gateway. Yeah, 30.254 it is reachable. So even by default, even the inter-VLAN communication will get enabled. 20.20.20.254 it is pinging. 20.10 it is pinging. So now we have communication between these two. So next I'll be creating a port channel between Cumulus and Arista. Then I'll make that as a trunk. Then we'll assign a IP here and try communicating each other. Okay. So for creating a bond, the command would be net add bond. So port channel is called a bond here. So you can give any name. So I'll give a name called bond 1. Yeah, again we are going to configure the detail of bond. So then here it is called the slaves as the members. Okay, and here the interfaces are SW3 and 4. 3, 4, SWP4. Okay, net pending. It has created both interfaces SWP3 and 4. Then it has created bond and added these are the bond slaves. Okay, now we need to configure the mode as 802.3. so the command is this command. Net pending. Yeah, it is added this line. Let commit. Okay, there one more line is pending. So okay, so that I'll explain why I'm not giving now. You can give that line now itself. Okay, I'll show why we need to give that line. Okay, I'll open Arista switch. run. Okay, you can see here there is no configuration in the switch, and if you see Arista switch, ETH1 and 2 is connected to Cumulus. You can verify. Yeah, in LLDP neighbor you can see it is connected to these two ports of Cumulus. So I'll enable port channel here as well. Interface E1 both. So I selected the range. Channel group I'll call it as 10. Mode to enable the LACP, we'll give active. So now we'll see the port channel status. So show you the channel detail. Yeah, show interface port channel 10. Yeah, both interfaces are up. So you can see here two links are connected, and in Cumulus side the command would be net show bond. Yeah, both interfaces are up. So another command is net show bond MEMS. So it is showing both interfaces up. So we'll test it by shutting down one interface. Yeah, one is down now. Yeah, it is up. Okay, now I'll configure the VLANs here. So ETH3 is going to be connected to one PC. Okay, so before that I'll create VLANs here. VLAN 20, VLAN 30, interface VLAN 20, IP address 20.20.253 I'll give here. So interface VLAN 30, 253. Yeah, both are down now. Okay, switch port. So I'll make E3 as an access port. So VLAN 20 interface is up. Okay, now we'll try to ping to 254 here. It will not ping. What could be the reason? Okay. Now we'll give allowed VLAN also here. Interface port channel 10, switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk allowed VLAN, or still it won't work. Yeah, so there is something wrong with Cumulus config, right? Okay, so before we go there, we'll verify the config here. Yeah, it looks fine. So then we'll go to Cumulus. So net show config commands. You can see here the reason is because we haven't mapped the board interface which we created to the common bridge. So until that, it won't allow to pass traffic of any of these VLANs or interfaces. Okay, so now we need to do that. Because of that, it is not working. Net add bridge ports. Here you can give the name bound one. Net pending. So you can see here it has removed this command and added this with bound one entry. Okay, before that we'll try to ping to Arista switch. It's not pinging. Yeah, it started pinging. Yeah, it is reachable now. Okay, so that line is very important. So any interface or any VLAN what you create should be mapped to the common bridge. Okay, now we will even try to ping to the another bridge. That is also pinging. So what I'll do now, here I'll allow only VLAN 20, interface port channel 10, switch port trunk, allowed VLAN 20. Now ping will get dropped. Okay, I'll give no here. It will start. Okay, I'll assign one IP to this PC. IP 2020.2011/24. Gateway will make the Cumulus switch as a gateway. Since it is passing through trunk, there should not be any issue. And in Cumulus side, by default, all the interfaces which are associated with the common bridge is trunk, so we don't have to specifically mention that. 254. So ping just pinging. So even this PC is able to reach the PC which is connected in the VLAN 30 of Cumulus switch. So now we'll see how to allow particular VLAN. So if we need to allow only VLAN 20 traffic through this, how to configure it in Cumulus side. Okay, as of now you can see here you're able to reach VLAN 30. Okay, so for that the command would be net, and you need to configure it in the bond interface. The bond name, then bridge. Should be careful giving this command. Syntax is little difficult to remember, so you can just note it down somewhere while configuring. Bits, so net pending, yeah. So you can see the configuration of bond 1. Now it has added this line in the bond 1 interface. It is going through trunk because it is going through VLAN 20's trunk interface, and we have configured gateway as the Cumulus switch, so that is passing. But if you try to reach VLAN 30 of the Arista switch, it won't work. Yeah, in the next video I'll be configuring a port channel and trunk between Cisco switches, and I'll show how it is working. So I hope this video is helpful. Thanks for watching.